Hello, you're watching Pro Gamer Parent. I'm Rick and I'm here to help you connect to your kid around computer game play and to understand more about their passion and perhaps give them a nudge to make it real in a healthy way. But first, let's talk about 3 things I really think parents today need to know about computer gameplay for their kids. And the first is, the dream is real. It's a lot of money in computer games right now, both as a business producing games and as a professional game player. You can earn so much money playing games today. It's insane amounts of money in the games we play. And I've done a cast about that. I will link it in the description if you want to take that. Or yes, do a few lookups on this platform or somewhere else. It's a lot of places you can understand how much money there is in computer gameplay right now. But as a parent, I think it's extremely important to know it's a dangle. You know, when in your line of work, wherever you do, I'm quite sure that you've encountered interviews for a job where someone is dangling something in front of you, saying, well, if you stick with it for 2 years, you'll get this. And people dig hard, work hard for 2 years, and that promotion they were talking about didn't happen because there was a change in organization, the manager promising left, or sorry, but you'll have to do some more hard work because the competition was harder than expected, or something like that. And it's our job to lead ourselves in situations like that and say, well, if I'm not measuring the progress as I like, it's my job to leave to do something different. And as a young something, like your kid is, it's really, really hard to fall for that again and again and again, because it's the same thing with computer game play. A few select, rare people make infinite money. Most of us work hard and not get near that. And it's the same, it doesn't have to just be computer game play. It could be, sorry for losing my words there, it could be influencers, could be like you're watching this on YouTubers, hoping to become big on YouTube. It could be wanting to win big on Instagram. It could be anything. A few people make it, and the queue or long tail of that is very, very long, and likely your kid is in that queue, and that is fine. They don't have to win that. They don't have to be number one to be happy, successful, and healthy, but we need to embrace reality. We need to embrace that only a few really, really make it that big, and that's okay, because if we can embrace reality, we can figure out other ways to live healthy and make a lot of money on it. And once again, I have a full video on that, so check that out instead. But help our kids see what progress are you making towards that threshold when the money really starts to pour in, and what are you building for extra pillars of income while you're doing that. That's a discussion we probably need to have with our kid, a real discussion. And once again, I'm not saying you should strangle their dream and saying, well, it's highly unlikely, because it is possible. Help them build towards it, but help them pick up skills and other revenue streams while they're at it. Then they will come handy whatever they do. So the money is there. It's a lot of money. More money than most of us ever make on this globe, but only for a few. The second thing I want to talk about is the threats around computer gameplay. It's a lot of threats. First off, I want to continue to talk on money. I visited Dreamhack 2 years ago, where there was a lot of lawyers there saying, you know what, a lot of people are young right now, for the first time ever encountering a large sum of money. We want to be here to help them sign healthy contracts. so they don't gimp themselves, handicap themselves 5 years from now, so they don't see what's lucrative right now and then they want out 5 years from now when they've leveled up beyond whatever contract they have right now. So the threat is real. It could be that your kid right now is starting to level up to where they get noticed by people, want giving them contracts, sponsorships and stuff like that. And we have to help them, and I'm not a lawyer, you're probably not a lawyer, but help them see that what looks great right now, perhaps we should get a professional help to look at that. What looks right now, what's your best right now will not be your best 5 years from now. So with that worldview and mindset, look at the contract again before signing it. Please, it's important. Have that discussion with your kid right now. And that also fuels where do you want to go with this. Other threats, that is, it's loot boxes, the psychology, the hooked mechanisms that is in games right now. It's extremely driven to play 5 more minutes. And we have to train ourselves leadership for how to deal with that. And you know what? That's excellent training for how to focus at the work that matters. If we can understand we're really living in this attention asset industry right now where everyone is hunting for our assets of attention, of focus. Yeah, you're on platforms right now that's trying to steal your attention away. So, and I think a lot of those begin with games because it's easy to experiment with games because in the game you have the economy, you have the social life, you have everything. So it's very easy to experiment with it. But once the algorithm starts to really make sense and make money, revenue for their owner, it's moved to other platforms. So a real threat there is the manipulation of algorithms and attention nuggets that perhaps isn't the best interest of kids. And once again, I'm not saying we shouldn't play games. I'll talk about the good things later, but we have to embrace that's real. It's there. Some countries have even banned loot boxes because they're that powerful driver in the psyche. So we have to accept that and once again talk to our kids about it. And once again, you don't say no, you can't do it, but talk to them. Which games has more of it? Quite often you can actually pay to get away from ads. Might be worth it because it's less attention stealing things in it. So talk to your kids about it. What are they playing and what are they thinking about it? And the same thing with threats. It could also be that once again, I'm very pro games, but sitting still is really, really hurtful for our society right now. Too many things we do today means sitting still, and that's killing us. So even if it's not a threat per the game itself, a lot of games is played sitting still, probably by your kid. So talk to them about what's the benefits of taking a walk, exercising that brain so they can focus on the game they love. How much better do they do if we're talking about measurements on a ladder or something like that, if they actually take a walk 15-30 minutes before that tournament thing or whatever they do, so they learn that, well, sitting still isn't really good for my career. Sitting still is really hurtful for my performance. So that it's a real threat. Sitting still doesn't sound bad because, hey, our generation, we sat still in front of the television and we're okay, right? But it was hurtful then too. And my personal view is it's better to engage the brain via a computer game than watching Netflix. I know not everyone agree with me there, and that's okay. But that's who I am. And probably your kid too. And looking at statistics, pretty much of the world is heading that way. So sitting still, it is something we have to help our kids not do. And once again, saying ban, I'm going to get to the third in a second, banning them from games will not automatically make them go off jogging, even if we wish that was true. So talk to them about the benefits, help them start the change, help them see that it's actually making their game play better. And you know what? You could put Discord on the phone, talk tactics, have the other side of the same team take a walk. They don't have to be physically present to walk and talk. So help them see how could things be different. And let's blame the parent if that helps them making this change for the team for the better. Do that. Thirdly, I want to talk about the social aspect of computer game play. It's really one of the cornerstone of why people play computer games. You might think, no, I'm not gonna let you play because I see this and this behavior, or I hope once again secretly that if I stop you from doing this, you're gonna automatically start jogging or cycling or whatever you prefer. But it doesn't work like that, because we're not just stopping them from playing a game, we're also stopping them from interacting with their friends. And that's important. Imagine I came to your door, said no more coffees with friends, no more landline calls, no more phone calls, no more Facebook Messenger. That's what you're stopping. Imagine whatever they're playing, it's just a big glorified chat client and a voice client, because that's what they do. Rarely do a kid today go on a game and only play single game, shutting themselves off. Sure, people do that too, and a lot of people play a single game with a friend in their ear playing the same single game. So the social aspect of playing games is real, and it's healthy. It is nice that we can always connect to someone on the globe, on the depending on time zone and stuff like that. It's really nice. But as a parent, it can be really frustrating if they're on a live whatever raid or mission or quest with friends, and we want them to go to dinner at a set time. We have to understand that it's real life people at the other side, and quite often close friends that they've known for a while, that's affected if your kid isn't showing up doing their part of the hard work. And once again, I'm not saying we shouldn't plan family dinners. I think family dinners is one of the most important things we do for our kids. Spending time together, talking about things that matter, listening to what's going on in our kids' world. And going back to the threats part, I think it's extremely important, the listening part. What do you think about that? Have you encountered that? And when we talk about the social, listen to their tone of voice. Both how do they seem to perceive their peers? Are they calm? Are they nervous? Are they generous? Are they whatever? So, and because quite often it could be that I don't really like that tone of voice, and I made a specific video about that too, where perhaps we need to support them saying that's not okay. I would feel like that. What do you think? How could things be different? But also the opposite. It's a black box. Your kid might be trolling other people. That's not okay. You as a parent have to help them show respect to the people around them. That's one of the most important skills for their development and for their career. So help them. Don't troll. Don't talk bad about other people. Don't gossip about other people. Help generously. Once again, my worldview, I'm not saying I'm right, but listen to how they behave. But once again, if you shut the door to games, you shut the door to all of that. And let's focus on the family dinner. Talk about them. If they have a booked raid night Tuesdays at a certain hour, how can we ensure that we get our family time, our dinner time, no stress, and should we do it before or after? Can we do this? Are there breaks in that? So you get the win-win. And if you do that, they're probably going to connect and love you more. And you will also understand when you can interrupt their game and when it's really costly for them when you do so. Hopefully that's a win-win for both of you. So once again, 3 things that I think every parent needs to know. It's really, really important. It's here to stay. It's not going away, even if some of us wish to. I don't, because I believe we learn so much from games. If you've been following this channel, you will see why I believe that. So do subscribe if you want to understand more of the benefits of your kids' favorite activity and how you can connect with them more. Take care of yourself, my friend. Have a good one.